Hey bro, do you want to know something? Crimes and violence happen more commonly from people who are taking drugs and alcohol in an abusive way. And guess who's profiting from that? The companies and labs who don't care about your future and others. All they care about is paychecks into their pocket. It's all part of the game to keep you enslaved and controlled. I know, it's messed up, man. So in this video, I'm going to share with you the actionable steps to help you stop this abuse and turn your life around. When I was drinking more throughout the years, back when I was a degenerate, I had started replacing bad habits with small good habits. I started first to reduce my substance slowly and slowly. And over time, I create new habits and bigger habits once I see improvement. Once I saw I was going somewhere. Maybe for you, you're taking whatever substance every night, or maybe every weekend, or multiple times daily. Worse stage. So every pardon me, every 2 to 4 weeks, I then progressive overload. For example, reduce 1 to 2 substance, and maybe add one more good habit on top of that. For example, no scrolling at night before bedtime. So what will you going to do? Create a habit tracker to keep track of how many substance you're taking throughout the day, daily, or weekly, or monthly, and set a number of how many less you're going to aim for. If it helps, you want to treat this like a game. You can 10x your chance in lowering your addiction doing this way. Let me tell you a story. Throughout the years, my mom was a big supporter and keeping me accountable and pushing me hard to move away from these bad habits I was doing every weekend, living the degenerate life, going to nightclubs, going to bars, and doing stupid things with the wrong people. And I really wish this for you, because if it wasn't for her, I would not be here. I would still be in this shitty life, not even making this video for you. So I ask you, who is your biggest helper and carer? Who doesn't do what you do? Have a think. Have a moment to think about it. And a person who you can trust, keep you accountable to get away from these addictions. Whoever it is, whether it's your dad, mom, siblings, girlfriend or boyfriend, invite to go, for example, walking with them, or a coffee place to talk about your addictions, like a therapy. Learn new things with them. Create new, better habits with them. Do things that is enjoyable. Go to nice places with them. Just have a think about it. You don't need to rush this actionable step. Take a moment. Imagine you sit in a care home or hospital bed one day, knowing you're going to die and you had wasted all your potential and all your dreams. This is it. Life is probably going to end. You might be on your last few breaths. What would you do? Now be honest with yourself. How would you feel? What thoughts are coming to your head right now? Let me tell you a story. I remember when I stopped this ugly lifestyle of getting wasted regularly. I had a purpose to build a dream physique, but I wasn't writing any goals. I wasn't taking it seriously. I wasn't pushing it that hard. I kept bouncing ideas up and down in my head. I was going gym during those times, but I'll be honest, I wasn't really taking nutrition seriously either. And I was making major mistakes, and it was hard because it was hard to sustain because I was working in this job full time, McDonald's, as you probably know. And I remember sometimes before my morning shifts, I was still in London, partying till the mornings in the weekends with rubbish fake friends because I listened to them who kept encouraging me and controlling me to stay. And I thought everything would be okay. And I listened. I kept on listening like a puppet. Arriving in the work next day, I felt depressed. I felt shit. I felt like I didn't have a good sleep. I couldn't talk. My breath stinks. It was just depressing and tiring. Excuse me. I'm actually reading off my Notion, if you don't mind me. Just checking where I left off. Yeah, it was so hard for me to get out of bed. And some days I would call in them sick and hoping they don't give me a warning or disciplinary action. So this is like the system they give in hospitality jobs that I know of. If you don't turn up to work multiple times or if you're late multiple times. After working there about 6 or 7 years, I moved to working as a warehouse operative, and there I only worked for 5 months because it was taking up so much time and I didn't like the constant loading and pressure on my back and the dirty sweat when working because over there I was working 5 days a week from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. It's called something picking or packing, whatever it is, where you hop on this small vehicle and you go to where it tells you with this headphone over your head. Excuse me. Yes, for you to load the boxes on the vehicle, which is called something called the truck. So fast forward that year, I ended up working in Amazon. It was still shit. It was very robotic. People were nice there, but it was constant like putting this item onto like this robotic container for 10 hours a day. But this time I was working 4 days per week. I met few people there who can speak English. Most of the majority of people there are not English, so it was very diverse. But the group I was with on the first day, I was friends with them. They were socializing with me during break times and sometimes at work as well. But everything keeps changing. The rules always change, and if you don't do something, even the smallest, they come to you like um, it's a bit too light here. They come to you like a lion, if I want to call it. They come to you tons of bricks, you know. So yeah, after my contract ended, and I was disappointed because I was saying to myself and my family, I have to find another job. Excuse me. And this year, it's very difficult to find a job, as you know, because in this country you apply through online. You have to give your CV, sometimes ask random questions, and now it's like a lot of like um, people applying hundreds or maybe thousands, and they're very selective now. Um, so one second, I'm just gonna change the phone because it's too much light now. One second. It should be good. Yeah, so it was very difficult for me to find a job after Amazon. But then after that, I found another job. I was working in hospitality. I only worked there for 1.5 months, and over there they were very strict on target and performance. Unfortunately, I didn't hit the performance according to them, so they said I had to go, and I went. And so this was like last year, um, November. So now I was that time I got very angry. I got more negative thoughts coming to my head. So you want to find something you really love doing. I know it's not going to the pub or going to the clubs or a rave. Your mind will want to think that, but it's not doing. But it's doing. Excuse me. It's doing a specific work or task you love and being obsessed and grinding it, like going to the gym, building muscle, or going to kickboxing, doing cardio to lose weight, fat, or you just want to be overall healthy, you want to play football, you want to play tennis, whatever it is, get addicted to it hard and remove the desire, the thought of these substances in your head. If you're struggling to find what you love doing, ask yourself this simple question: what work or tasks makes me passionate and keeps me in a flow state? Or ask someone like close close loved one like your family or siblings. Ask them, what things did you do when you was a child? What things did you do more often? What things did you often say as a child? It's good to ask deeper questions like this to them or to yourself while you do some journal writing and find out what do you actually love to do. So, hope this actionable step will help you. Number 4, highly successful people have done this a lot, and it's something that can be powerful to even make you cry. When I was trying to hit my goal of getting my driving license, I was doing this one technique that I thought it was wishy-washy and unicorn stuff. But when I took action, I put the practice, I put the practice, I put the practice in. I would feel this zesty feeling all over my body from head to toe. And these things do actually work because there is a reason why bigger pro athletes do this, like Conor McGregor. He admitted to doing this. I was doing this nearly every day at my desk. When I wake up before having breakfast, I was doing it. Sometimes even before I go to work and just before my driving lessons with my instructor. I would do it. Well, when I do it, I make sure everywhere was quiet. I was doing it for like 15, 20 minutes sometimes, then gradually went up to 30 minutes. Excuse me. This technique is called visualization. When you have no noise around you and you close your eyes to dream the desired goal you want to achieve. I want you to visualize what would it be like if you've never touched alcohol or drugs. Really see it, feel it, and hear it. Do this for about 10-15 minutes because you're new to this. A day if you can. Don't worry if you can't do it every day, but do it when you're free. Look, where would you be in your life? Look at where will you be in your life. Where is your family? Which house would you see? How's your finances? Where would your siblings be if you have any? Where would your pets be if you have any? What kind of environment would you be in? So really think about these things and visualize. It can also help to take a few breaths and make sure you're comfortable and relaxed, and then start the visualization. So yeah, this is just a simple little exercise that I did that also helped with my addiction in the past. Number 5, remove all contacts and events that are linked to your addicts. I remember the last day I saw and spoke to the people I always go and see in London to go nightclubs was hard, but my family tell me the consequences I would get myself into and keeping me very accountable, especially my mum, who was a big supporter and helper in succeeding in this, who I greatly appreciate. Some days they end up calling me on unknown numbers and convincing me to actually come out. And when I would reject the offer, they would get mad and angry and start, not only that, but they would start, you know, calling these silly names. Oh, you're chode. Excuse me. You're chode. You're this, you're that. I had a destiny and I didn't want to pay the price for my poor actions. Oh, excuse me. So yeah, I didn't want to pay the price of my poor actions, so I put my foot down and said to myself, "Yep, this is it." That was no more from them. I didn't want to be part of them. I didn't want to be part of this gang, this fake friendship. They only just wanted to use me for drinks and partying and chasing girls in the nightclubs and bars. There was no point. I didn't had anything. Well, they didn't had anything in common with me. They didn't value me. They didn't give a shit. Basically, they just wanted to use me, leech off me to go to places and make them feel good. Because, like I said, they were only contacting me in the weekends when everyone was planning to go out. That's not true friends. True friends are always there for you no matter what. It's not just there for you to come when it's time to party. That's just party friends, fake party friends. I wouldn't even call it friends, just party people. Just want to use you and your money. So it was, I'm grateful and I'm glad that I was out of that little group. And there was so many people, there were hundreds of people joining, because I was in this little community group chat on WhatsApp. And all they care about was just chasing women, getting drunk, getting fucked up. So yeah, I'm glad I got out of there. So what you want to do, you want to eliminate all contacts and events that influences you to take these substances. Look, I know this can be very difficult for you, and some people might skip this. Some people might skip this, but this is a stepping stone to get you free. If you don't make a change, even the slightest, your liver and heart will make the decision for you one day. And I really mean it. It will happen. This is not some bullshit to make you do it. So please, I urge you to listen and do the actionable step. Even after this video, if you don't want to do it now, I genuinely want to save your life. This is why I'm making this video. You have potential to save your life. This is why you search up these kind of videos on YouTube, because you want your life to be saved, right? So there's no excuse for you to not do this action step. Please just listen to what I'm saying and do it. It can be challenging, it's hard, but you need to push yourself. Just like in the gym. It's just the same principle. It's okay. The last step. Number 6. If I ask you to come out and meet my friends for dinner and I bought everyone a glass of wine, including you, but you didn't want to drink because you're a non-alcoholic, or you're in a season where you're sober, what would you say to me? What exactly would you say to me? Have a think. When I knew I love fitness and the feeling of working your body to its limit with weights, I knew I was becoming someone, because the urge of feeling going out to nightclubs and bars wasn't lurking in my head anymore. I was putting the grind more than others. I remember going at days where people would go out and party. More frequent days, basically. I love bodybuilding just like I do with drawing, and I wanted the result more than anything else. I really liked it. I remember I was going um, some days where I took work days off and I called in sick. I lied to them, I called in sick, but I ended up going gym. That's how obsessed I was. I'm not going to lie. During summer, I did go to large events. I'm not perfect. I'm not like this top guy who never goes to events. He's on the grind, laser focus. I did go to big events. I drank in moderation, but I went alone. I didn't go with anyone. Um, it felt a little bit anxious, but I got myself into a social flow state and started talking with other people. But it was enjoyable. It was fun. But a part of me in my head, I was thinking about the grind. You know, thinking about my mission that I want to achieve, the results that I want to get. So I remembered not to drink too much. So I ate a lot of food. I made sure my stomach wasn't that empty, because otherwise I get more um, tipsy. So I ended up also drinking a lot of water with um yeah, it was just water. I was trying to get some lemon sparkling water, but they didn't have any in the bars. But yeah, I just enjoyed the night, made sure I didn't do anything stupid, even alone. I was always thinking the desire for the results, even when I was sleeping, even when I was at work. But at times when I was thinking like this, it was hard to perform other tasks, um, such as like cooking, um, brushing the teeth, doing the laundry. stuff like that, little stuff like that. So yeah, other part of me was just waiting for the fun to be over and just get back on the grind. That's how I didn't attach myself. That's how I didn't really attach myself too much to the alcohol. Even smoking, I didn't even smoke. Like seriously, I did not smoke. Previous events I did smoke. I was smoking nicotine. I wasn't smoking cigarettes, but after that I just stopped. I know, I knew it was all bullshit because it's just fake chemicals. Like we don't know what you're smoking. It's bad for you. And someone might, come in here in the video and say, "Oh no, no, nicotine is good. There's studies, blah blah." In my opinion, my personal opinion, I think nicotine is bad. So, what do you want to do? So what you want to do is eliminate all contacts and events that influences you to go out and take these substances in an aggressive way. Look, I know this can be a difficult step and some people will try to skip this, but you, on the other hand, will not skip this because you are strong, capable person who wants to get out of this rut, who wants to get out of this ugly lifestyle and turn his life around for the better. This is a stepping stone to get you free. If you don't make a change even the slightest, your liver and kidney will make that decision for you one day. So please listen to me. Listen to what I have to say. I genuinely want to help your life out. I really want to save your life. You have potential, and this is why you clicked on this video. This is why you searched up a video like this on YouTube. Because you've had enough living this type of life, being a addict to drugs or alcohol or both. Your life is not going to change if you don't do this action step. No one tells you to do this because it's sad, it's harsh, it's too much, it's too far. People will say, "Oh, just enjoy yourself. You only live once. Enjoy the moments." But take it in moderation. But that's just like stupid, right? Because you're still gonna have the urge to get addicted to that substances when you go to these kind of places. So for now, you need to stop going to these places. So please, please do this actionable step. Number 6, if I ask you to come out and meet my friends and family for dinner and I bought everyone a glass of wine and some food at the table in some place, including for you, but you don't drink right now because you're in a season of being sober or you're a non-alcoholic person, what would you say? Let me tell you a story. When I knew I loved fitness and the feeling of working your body to its limit with weights, whether it's cardio or CrossFit, I knew who I was becoming because the urge of feeling going to nightclubs was diminishing, was going away. It was not lurking in my head anymore, hardly in my head. I was putting the grind more than others, going at days where people would go out, even in summer season. And I would be going more frequent days. I remember even some days I would call the workplace sick. I would call in sick, but then I would be going to the gym. I was obsessed with it, man. Yeah, I just really loved. Well, I love bodybuilding because I still love bodybuilding, just like I do with drawing. And I wanted the results more than anything else. But over the years, I was making the mistake of not pushing myself to the limit. I thought I was working really hard, but I was not working very hard because every each year goes by, I was still the same. I looked the same. I didn't really put on any muscle mass. I was doing this workout split, the push pull leg split, which is quite popular, you know it. So yeah, I was doing the same thing over and over again. I wasn't even progressively overloading. And I remember I see other guys, in the gym getting jacked, and I wasn't, and I was feeling a bit sadness inside of me, a bit of jealousy inside. I'm not going to lie. During some summer times, I was going to some events, but I would be going alone. I wouldn't be going with those people or anyone else. I would go alone, have a good time, get into a social flow state, talk to everyone. But there was still something else that I need to get done, and that was bodybuilding and drawing. I was obsessed with it, and I liked it. Excuse me. I liked getting the results. I was always thinking about it. I didn't really care that much about alcohol. Yeah, I did drink, but I drank in moderation, and I made sure I didn't get too tipsy or get drunk or get into a blackout stage or even hangover the next day. I made sure I did this carefully and in caution. I also remembered I wrote some notes on my older phone where I would look at it more frequently on the way to the event and in the event to help keep my mind on the right track, keep my mind positive when I'm in the event. And this is something that I shared with my mom as well, and she was happy that I was writing these notes. It might sound a bit childish, but it helped me at least. Excuse me. Yeah, so I was always thinking the desire for the results, and I didn't want to break that. I didn't have the desire for taking, you know, degenerate substance, which I'm talking about alcohol and, vaping and all that. I didn't want to do that because I didn't want to put my health in the line because I was becoming someone, a healthy individual. So, what do you want to do is change your identity, and this is similar to purpose. You want to do this by writing this thing on a paper or journal who you want to become from now on. Doesn't need to be perfect, it's just so you don't forget. Once you come up with a list, once you come up with a list, You want to stick with one your instincts tells you, makes you happy, and makes you think twice. It might take you longer, might take you a few days to find out. But once you got it, you want to stick this around the house, preferably. Stick it on your fridge, stick it on your bedroom, stick it on the wall in front of you, stick it in your car, take a picture, put it as your phone background. Do this to rewire your brain to change your behavior and your attitude. So for me, it was becoming a healthy athlete. And I know there's some athletes there who drink, maybe smoke a bit as well. But I wasn't just becoming an athlete. I wanted to become I wanted to become a healthy, strong athlete, along being an artist as well. For you, might be simple, becoming a healthy and fit human, or maybe non-alcoholic, drug-free human being. You want to just stick this new identity wherever you can, so you can see it more often. Maybe even like yell at it like a mad person. Doesn't matter if people call you crazy, the people around you, your family, your friends, just do it. It will help you, because this is literally what I was doing when I was trying to get out of this degenerate lifestyle. I know this is some like wishy-washy unicorn stuff, but just hear me out and try this for literally few weeks or a month and see how you feel, see how your thoughts come, and see how your attitude changes. I had to do this because I had no choice. Now, if someone you live with doesn't like you posting this stuff, politely tell them you're doing this for your own sake. It's for your own purpose to help you get rid of these addictions. But if they don't like it yet, then maybe try to go somewhere else, or just put it in your phone background. I would recommend. But if someone doesn't like you doing these things, maybe then it's harsh to say, but maybe it's time to move on. Maybe go move somewhere else. Because if you're living with people like your family or some roommates or something, and they don't like you doing these things, then they don't really respect you and they don't really value you and they don't really care about you. Before I go, please do me a favor. If you enjoyed this video and if it helped you, please comment below your struggles and challenges you currently have or had with alcohol and drugs below the comments. And if you can share this video to someone who needs it, like your family or friends, then that will be really helpful on their part and helpful from you. I will leave some studies below the description if you want to check them out as well. And I will also link my one-to-one 30 minutes to 45 minutes free call with me, so we can talk about your struggles and problems you're having with alcohol and drugs, or one of them. Thank you for watching, and I shall see you next time.